Hello traders, Nikolai here at Tape Reading Concepts. In this video, a quick walkthrough for an aggressive Monday morning long opportunity in August crude oil. So the market map for this opportunity contextually goes back to the bottom that crude oil found here on Thursday. An isolated extreme here around 69.50, sharp drive to the upside, and another these are alternating isolated extremes in price, best grabbed by a median line set, modified shift variety here because of the steepness of the initial drive, and the projection here forward is corroborated by a great oscillation here around the middle of the structure. You can see that Friday the pre-market session was dominated by this again sharp movement into new highs, parabolic, and then a relatively quiet late morning and afternoon session where we had a couple consolidations here back to back. Now on Sunday night we did drive outside of the latest range here we have built up on Friday. Price topped out around 72 and then came right back around overnight. It seemed like a higher low is building up here at around 71.25 with a few shoulders here or pivots building up a potential higher low between 71.40 and 71.50. Now these pivots were plotting a little bit too early for picking up any opportunities, again using isolated extremes in price here in order to frame counter-directionally the probable path of price. It was possible that we get a higher low to hold here on the third drive down and a reaction for a secondary attempt on this pivot, or for that matter the Sunday night high here just above $72 per barrel. That wasn't meant to be here in the early morning. I was looking at this potential two-wave pullback. I was anticipating that price will get roughly to the confluence of these two lines, which was pointing right around 70 here, 70, but and that would have been the same structure that we had right here. One wave on the pullback, bit of consolidation in the middle, and then a second wave on the pullback. So same pattern, same context, which is building to the upside here in the low 70s. Same expectation for higher prices. That being said, on the way down here on the projected roughly $800 moves within these pullback waves, I was left really wanting here because the turn was very sharp. Price fell a little bit short of my expectation, and unfortunately there wasn't enough granular price action to pick up an opportunity here at these lows. So nothing to grab here, and I was trying here to get filled about half the way back on this move. Unfortunately that wasn't offered either. Price was interested in stair-stepping higher on these tight $200 pullbacks. Now one of the possible ideas here was that based on this high and this last low, price was oscillating outside of this range and then outside of this range on this side, but it was going to remain roughly balanced in the middle. That idea, however, fell out when we got the potential top should have held somewhere here below the ceiling at a lower high with a potential mean reverting idea. Instead, price skyrocketed to the upside, rallying all the way here. You can see 72.50, getting just a little bit short of that expected upper parallel where we would have had some balance. Price undershot by, you see here, just short of $100, and then started to build the counter-directional movement. This was really where I perceived the potential idea for a test of the backside of these overnight highs on what would have been just about $700-800 pullback. So I was really looking for some meaningful price action, some meaningful structure that price would have left somewhere here on an overshoot of this parallel line. And unfortunately, you see stair-stepping pressure to the downside, nice frequency line defining the ceiling or the line of maximum excursion. And unfortunately, the turn here happened just where I would have expected, but again, not very granular price action, a very sharp bump to the upside. The pullback was a little shorter than expected, but definitely in the same realm here, just about $600 on the pullback. It got very close to overnight high, so this was the first place where I was interested in picking up a long opportunity. And of course, had that opportunity failed, and if there was a secondary move, I would have been interested to see if somewhere here between the two ceilings, the Friday high and the Sunday night high, if there was some meaningful price action here, I would have been interested to participate there as well. However, with the sharp bump in price here, what came to mind is really the way that price turned last time. Sharp turn, very minor crackles here in price before we get the higher and higher prices. So what I decided on is to get positioned right in front of this little micro double bottom here on the bars. I left the order here, got filled on the swing back down, and I decided to use about a $250 stop, which would have placed me just under this overnight high here. Definitely an aggressive opportunity. I usually like to be placed better with a larger portion of my risk behind in this case, the buying interest that was defined here by the sharp turn. Look at the strong limit buy bar here, where literally we closed on the highs and then the immediate follow through. Definitely felt like one of these sharp pivots that we've been getting virtually with all the pivots here, going as far back as look at here at the Sunday night open. Look at the turn here. This one was a little more granular here, but for the most part relatively steep, climbing up the curve into the next swing. Here, lucky for me, price did cooperate immediately with the expected steep climb. Since that was a fairly aggressive entry, I decided also on a relatively safe exit. Here overnight we stopped just short of, well actually just long of the round number of $72 per barrel. So I decided to get out if price plots 73, left the target here just above the line. Since we fell a little bit short here, you can see if you project just above it by as much, then I assume that this will be enough profit. And you can see, well, there was a bit of a scare here that I might have missed the exit, but ultimately did came around here, filled me at the top. And as of now, I'm recording this in the afternoon here. Yeah, price is still climbing, but well, of course it could go parabolic. Maybe 73.50 will plot. We're gonna find out, but you know, plenty of profit here for this aggressive entry, just short of 3 handles or 3-1 in the opportunity. And again, relatively aggressive trade here that was mostly motivated by the quality of the pivots that were left earlier within this behavior. I decided to step in aggressively here on the offer in order to be able to participate, because with the lackluster price action around these bottoms, it was very likely that if this is indeed the turn of the retested high, then I might not have got much of a chance to play here. Hopefully these few pointers were useful. Like, share, subscribe. This channel is new. I would appreciate putting the word out there. Let me know if you have questions in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next video.